Hey everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Rewind the Tape. And this week we're in for a special treat because it is the long weekend for both Canadians and Americans. Canada Day for us tomorrow, and of course Independence Day on Monday, which is what the movie we're reviewing this week. Independence Day.
Tonight we celebrate our Independence Day.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen this movie in 21 years until last night. And
Oh, dude, it's like a yearly tradition for me.
you know what? It was like watching it again for the first time. Like obviously, I know the moments. Like everyone knows the moments, but it was like watching the movie again for the first time. And you know what? I gotta admit, I am on board. I understand why everybody loves this movie. It's gonna be one of those for me. I'm gonna go buy it in 4K. Like that's where I'm at now.
Now, who was your favorite up and comer who you forgot was in the movie?
Well, it was
That,
Ray Connick Jr. because it was when I saw him, I was like, oh, that's right, he was in this movie.
funny, I thought you wouldn't say Prentice Minor, even though he's not an up and comer.
Although I wouldn't call him an up and comer because he'd been Data for like 8 years
Right,
at that point.
right. Oh, Randy Quaid.
Oh, okay, he was my favorite. I love Randy Quaid. I loved. Yeah, he was one of my favorite parts of the movie for sure.
Yeah, he made a good redneck. Didn't he?
But he's a good drunk too.
Not too.
Yeah,
And that's not maybe the lead here. This could be Will Smith's breakout role.
it is Will Smith's breakout role. Like the movies he had done before this were more like 6 Degrees of Separation and stuff like that.
Right.
More serious roles. But yeah, this is the one that put him on the like. Obviously, everyone knew him as the Fresh Prince, but this is the one that made him Will freaking Smith. You know.
Yep. And you gotta admit, they don't share a lot of screen time together in the movie, but Jeff Goldblum and Will Smith have great chemistry in this.
They really, really do. Yeah, no, they're really, really good together. Like the scenes with them in the cockpit stock is pretty damn good. Especially when they finally trick the aliens.
And one of my favorite Will Smith lines, "Woo, gotta get me one of these."
Yeah, no kidding. And I love how he's like, "Oh, sorry, you gotta flip the thing around." And of course,
Well,
hey bear, hey bear. And of course,
oh,
Judd Hirsch, Judd Hirsch
oh.
as the Jewish father. I love it. I love it. I love.
And it's interesting because in Independence Day 2,
Yep,
he has not aged.
he probably is aged into the role.
It's funny. We'll get more of this next time, I'm sure. But my big, my biggest problem with Independence Day 2,
Yep.
there's a big Will Smith hole in it. You feel it.
I'll have to watch out for that when I watch it.
Yep. Oh.
All right, so shall we start this? I'm
Yeah.
gonna I'm gonna go old school way, and I'm gonna do the IMDb one, but because
Ah.
let's go fast. Yeah, 100%, dude. He's really good in this movie. It's basically he's playing himself.
Yep.
Yeah, and yes, I don't know if the pun was intended either, but yes, he really does.
Only taco.
Yeah. Okay. On July 2nd, a giant alien mothership over 340 miles in diameter, or as they say in the movie, which I kind of like, 550 kilometers, enters.
Oh.
No, that kid, they said that. I was like, well, it's random. Enters or. Yep. All right. And deploys several dozen saucer-shaped destroyer spacecraft, each 15 miles or 24 kilometers across. The destroyers take position over many of Earth's major cities, including New York, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, and Moscow. David Levinson, played by Jeff Goldblum, an MIT graduate working on satellites for a cable company in New York City, discovers a signal hidden in satellite transmissions, which he believes is a timer counting down to a coordinated attack by the aliens. With the help of his ex-wife, Constance Spano, played by Margaret Collin, a White
Okay,
House.
for the longest time,
Yep.
I thought that was Diane Lane.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see it. I thought she looked familiar, but Diane Lane didn't cross my mind.
I don't know why I thought that,
Maybe
but I did. What?
Maybe it's the hair.
Maybe.
Yep, slaps. A White House staffer, David, and his father, Julius, Judd Hirsch, gain entrance to the Oval Office to warn President Thomas J. Whitmore, Bill Pullman, of the impending attack. There, David tells Whitmore that the alien visitors are using the Earth's satellite technology to coordinate their attack. The president immediately orders large-scale evacuations of the targeted U.S. cities, but the aliens attack with advanced direct energy weapons before the evacuations can be completed. The president, his young daughter, portions of his staff, Constance, and the Levinsons narrowly escape aboard Air Force One as the destroyer lays waste to Washington, D.C., New York, and Los Angeles are both destroyed in the same manner, leaving millions dead. Now, actually, fun fact about this: this movie holds the record for most miniature model work to appear in one film. Model ship supervisor Michael Joyce estimates that more miniatures were used for this film than in any two films combined. Due to the advances in digital technology since this film's release, most experts believe this record may stand forever.
Let me ask you, how cute is that little kid?
You know who the little kid is, right?
Yeah, I forget her name.
Mae Whitman, who, as if anybody's seen Arrested Development, that's what's her face.
Yeah.
George Michael's girlfriend.
And you know who plays stepson, or Rebecca A. Fox's son, right?
Yeah, that's what's his face? Buckwheat from Little Rascals, and Fresh Prince.
Yeah. Okay.
But my mind, I read up on the Fresh Prince one. My mind, I saw him, I was like, oh, it's Buckwheat.
Yeah, I would mean the other way. I'm like, I know him from Fresh Prince. I forgot that was Buckwheat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's what I thought it was. Okay, all right. On July 3rd, the United States conducts...
Great Bill Brooks cameo in Little Rascals.
Yes, all but one of the cameos are great.
Tell me later who's the one.
I mean, I'll just say this: 45.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a lot of movies, though. You can't blame that. You can't blame Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2.
I know. I'm kidding. Okay. On July 3rd.
I agree.
No, actually, with Trump's cameo in Little Rascals, I don't know. It kind of makes sense that he's Oswald's father. Anyways, on July 3rd, the United States conducts a coordinated counterattack. The Black Knights, a squadron of Marine Corps FA-18 Hornets from El Toro Marine Corps Air Station, participate in an assault on the destroyer that has devastated the city of Los Angeles. Their weapons fail to penetrate the craft's force field, and it responds by releasing scores of smaller attacker ships, which are similarly shielded and armed with high-energy laser blasters. One-sided dogfights ensued, and the FA-18 squadrons are quickly destroyed. Captain Stephen Hiller, Will Smith, manages to evade the guns of the attacker ships, though his wingman Jimmy Wilder, played by Harry Connick Jr., is shot down and lures a single attacker to the Grand Canyon. There, as his jet is about out of fuel and the attacker is about to overtake him, he deploys the landing chute for his jet, covering the alien craft's window, temporarily disorientating the pilot. Captain Hiller ejects from his jet, and the alien crashes into the top of the canyon wall and lands in the desert.
Welcome to Earth, bitch.
Damn right. Captain Hiller parachutes to a landing close by and angrily marches over to find and confront whatever life form is in the alien craft. The door to the alien fighter craft pops open, and a very bizarre-looking creature with tentacles appears. Captain Hiller delivers a right cross and knocks the creature out, saying, "Welcome to Earth, bitch." He sits down and smokes a victory cigar. As on board Air
Only Will Smith could get away with a look like that.
Of course, and actually, there is a little bit of trivia that I found on the design of that yesterday. So, production designer Patrick Tatopoulos presented Roland Emmerich with two concepts for the aliens. Emmerich liked both designs so much he came up with the idea to use one design as the actual alien and the other to be a biomechanical suit the aliens could wear. So, both of the concepts appear in the film.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool when I heard that. On board Air Force One, President Whitmore consults his staff, who report that NORAD has been destroyed by the invaders, and the Vice President, Whitmore's cabinet, and the Joint Chief have all perished in the attack. Arguing about how they should have issued an executive order to evacuate the major cities that were attacked, David's father suggests that the U.S. government did know about the invaders, having stored some evidence of a previous visit at Area 51 in the Nevada desert. The president is humored and tries to tell Levinson that Area 51 doesn't exist. However, Whitmore's defense secretary, Nimzicki, what a name, tells the president...
Okay, hold on. Do you recognize who this actor is?
Actually, no, I don't.
Ouch! Did you ever see the movie Blank Check?
Oh, God, yeah. Years ago.
He's her father.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie since...
I know, me neither, man.
Yeah, I know. I saw the movie in theater, and I haven't seen it in like 10 years.
Yeah, it's a fun movie, but we're
here to talk. Scene, though.
What?
With a really creepy scene.
Yeah, but it was the 90s, so let's not talk about it.
That's true.
But I agree.
As Hiller is using his parachute to drag the body of the alien across the desert. Now, fun thing about this. The scene in which Will Smith drags the unconscious alien across the desert was filmed on the Salt Flats near Great Salt Lake in Utah. Smith's line, "And what the hell is that smell?" was unscripted. Great Salt Lake is home to tiny crustaceans called brine shrimp. When they die, the bodies sink to the bottom of the lake, which isn't very deep, and decompose. When the wind kicks up just right, the bottom mud is disturbed, and the smell of millions of decaying brine shrimp can be very, very bad. Apparently, nobody warned Will. Fits in the movie, don't it?
Yeah.
All right. As Hiller is using his parachute to drag the body of the alien across the desert, he is picked up by Russell Crane, Randy Quaid, a crop duster pilot who is traveling across the desert with his kids and a group of refugees in a convoy of RVs. Now, great scene when he comes out of his plane and he's told that he cropped the wrong farm on the other end of town. Like, really?
Only Randy Quaid. Only Randy Quaid.
Yeah. I love that line. That's one of my favorite lines from that movie. They easily top 3. From there, they take the captured alien to Area 51, commanded by Major Mitchell, played by Adam Baldwin, who I forgot. I didn't remember being in this movie. Area 51 conceals, because I'm used to him being an asshole. Area 51 conceals.
Wasn't he an asshole in this too?
No, he wasn't.
Okay. I
thought he was. They were actually assholes in this movie. They weren't the bad guys.
Like it
was just the
secretary. Well, the president's secretary was.
Yeah, but not really.
He was a douche. I wouldn't say he was a douche.
Yeah, he was a douche, but I mean, like, it wasn't until when they said that, when he fired him, when you're like, they kind of need, to me at least, even showed any hint of being a, coward or wimp. But that at least, I probably just didn't pick up on it.
Well, one of my favorite lines in this movie is, Sean here says, leading the prayer circle, right? And that guy asks, can I join? Yeah. He said, are you Jewish? That guy says, no. Yeah, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, that's just Chuck Norris's character to a T. I love it. I love it.
Oh, he's awesome.
Oh yeah, of course. Area 51 conceals a top secret facility housing a repaired alien attacker ship and 3 dead alien bodies. The president arrives and is given a tour by Dr. Brackish Oaken, Brent Spiner, the head scientist of the facility. Oaken tells the group that the aliens' biochemistry is similar to our own. They can breathe our air. They don't seem to use sound to communicate. However, the Area 51 staff believes they communicate telepathically. Attempts have been underway since the late 1960s. Hey man, I appreciate all the jokes, Taco. I really, really do. Because I mean,
Yeah, keep them coming.
yeah.
Thanks for coming. What?
However, the Area 51 staff believes they communicate telepathically. Attempts have been underway since the late 1960s to repair the attacker ship, and with the arrival of the mothership, the systems in the attacker have reactivated. When Oaken removes an outer biomechanical suit from the alien Hiller captured, the living being inside is revealed. The creature regains consciousness and kills most of the examining crew.
Okay,
Yay.
I'm going to pause you for 1 second. Trivia for you.
Ooh.
I hope this is nothing new. This might explain my fear of jump spirits.
Oh, yeah.
Because that 1 second scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, you'd have been 9. Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe I may have an older me scared, but whatever
There's no age limit on that stuff.
freaked me out.
No, I get it. It's an intense.
When it person gets like that,
Yeah, no, it's an intense scene. No, I totally get it. I really do. When Oaken removes an outer biomechanical suit, from the alien Hiller captured, the living being inside is revealed. The creature regains consciousness and kills most of the examining crew, and because it has no vocal cords, it makes use of Dr. Oaken's voice to communicate with President Whitmore, who is outside the glass windows of the lab. Its first words are, "Release me." President Whitmore poses a question to the alien, asking if the people of Earth and their invaders can live in peace. The creature responds, this creature says, "No peace." When the I don't know why, but I feel like I had to do that.
Of course.
When the president asks the creature what it wants them to do, it responds, "Die." It uses its telepathic powers to invade the president's mind, which briefly incapacitates him. The military personnel shoot the alien through the glass, with Major Mitchell stepping through the broken glass and delivering a final headshot. Dr. Oaken is left in a coma. Okay. They never do they actually say that in the movie? Because it looks like he's dead.
It might mean that he died, but they retconned that for the second one.
That's what I thought, because I'm like, yeah, I remember that him being in the second one.
He was in the second. Yeah. Apparently, it was like a 20-year coma.
Apparently.
What a good nap. What a good nap.
I could use this. I could use this. During the instant that President Whitmore was immobilized, he was able to read the thoughts of the alien and learned of their plan. They attack planets, kill off any indigenous life, use up the resources, and then move on. They're like locusts, he says. President Whitmore issues very clear orders to nuke the bastards. B-2 Spirit bombers are deployed, with the first destroyer targeted one that is hovering over deserted Houston, Texas. The weapon explodes, but proves ineffective at penetrating the craft's force field and destroys the city itself. As a result, the president orders the remaining bombers called back. First Lady Marilyn Whitmore, played by Mary McDonnell, who, if I'm not mistaken, was the president in Battlestar Galactica.
I wouldn't know.
Has been on a working trip to Los Angeles and got caught up in the disaster attack there. Captain Hiller's exotic dancer girlfriend, Jasmine Dubrow, played by Vivica A. Fox, rescues Mrs. Whitmore when she comes across the wreckage of the helicopter the First Lady has been attempting to escape in. Captain Hiller later finds Jasmine, her son Dylan, and the First Lady camped out in the remains of El Toro MCAS and flies them in a helicopter to Area 51. This is actually a scene I forgot even happened.
You know what? Yeah, I loved when Will Smith arrives, and he's like, I told you I like to make an entrance.
Yeah, that's true. But I also like it. It's just like when he's with the guy before he flies off, like, just tell him I punched you.
Will Smith in this movie has the best one-liners. I
Oh yeah,
don't care.
you
I
know
put them.
he's having fun.
I put them right on par with Arnold's one-liners. You're just so good in this.
Yeah, no, this is probably one of his better action movie roles for sure. Because you do have to separate those and
Shouldn't come back for the sequel. Shouldn't come back for the sequel.
well, I don't know if the script would have been any better.
Yeah, but it would have been more fun. I'm convinced of that. It would have been more fun.
And a doctor tells the president that his wife has uncontrollable internal bleeding. When the president goes in to see her, he says, "The doctors say you're going to be just fine." She smiles and responds softly, "Liar." She dies not long after that. Now, this actually got me crying. This teared me up.
I had a feeling when you messaged me that.
Yeah, the scene where I don't know. I just got it. Like, it's like they're both, no, this is it. And it just got me in the right place.
Oh, I thought you meant the scene with her daughter.
No. The scene where the daughter leaves and
I love you were talking about what you messaged me last night. Is mommy sleeping now?
That's when I really broke. Like I started, that's when it. Whoo! Wow. Yeah, that was a kick in the nuts.
I mean, yeah, they're one of those lines, man.
Yeah, it's just with the innocence of a little child.
It's right up there with Penis Breath from E.T.
Yeah, okay, because those are the same stratosphere. David Levison is found by his father, drunk and furiously making a mess in the hangar, yelling about how the nuclear attack over Houston will only add to the destruction of Earth. Juliet, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Why?
I saw you laughing. Did I bring?
You mocked me. You mocked me.
Julius tries to comfort his son, telling him that he's been lax in his faith in Judaism since David's mother died. He tells David to get off the chilly floor so he won't catch cold. David has an epiphany and wakes up at Tex sleeping in the hangar. David has everyone gather in the hangar and demonstrates to the crowd how the attacker ship's shield works. He then activates a program on his laptop that deactivates the ship's shields, making it effortless for Major Mitchell to shoot a soda can he placed on it. David suggests David suggests a plan that involves using the newly operable alien attacker to gain access to the interior of the alien mothership in space in order to introduce a computer virus that will disable the protective shields around the destroyers and attackers on Earth. Now, this is where the movie, like, it goes from, like, cheesy to, like, let's do this! Like, this is where it's, like, America. You know what I mean? It's true. Like, this is when it's, like, this is when the dick comes out and balls to the wall. Let's go. And you know what? I was all there for it.
And then you can catch the homage to Jurassic Park.
It's by the line. There's a line that Goldblum speaks. Let's go faster. Let's go faster.
Yep. Bingo. Almost the same exact like cadence too.
Oh, yeah. That is true. I wonder if that must have been done on purpose.
Oh, are you kidding me? Of course it was. Yeah, fucking Goldblum. How can you not do that, right?
That's true. Okay. Once the computer virus takes effect, the attackers and destroyers will be left vulnerable, and a single nuclear weapon could be used to destroy the mothership. Hiller volunteers to pilot the attacker, with Levinson accompanying him to upload the virus to the mothership. Before the mission, Hiller and Jasmine take a few minutes to get married, with Dylan as ring bearer and David Levinson and Connie Spano as witnesses. David and Connie reconnecting the service and hold hands. With satellite communications knocked out, the Americans must use Morse code to coordinate an attack with the remaining forces around the world, timed to occur when the invaders' shields are set to fail. I thought that was pretty cool. Cool way to do it. Go old school, baby. Lacking enough military pilots to fly any available aircraft, the commanders call for volunteer pilots. Those who step up include President Whitmore and Russell Case, who both have previous combat flight experience. Hiller and Levinson reach the mothership and implant the virus. President Whitmore, wow, they totally skipped the frickin' speech in the plot.
Oh, come on, we have to say it. We have to say that speech.
Well, because I also found a nice, pretty cool piece of trivia for it. It's actually pretty cool piece of trivia. The president.
What?
Yes, you know the speech by heart? Oh, okay. The president's speech was filmed on August 6th, 1995, in front of an old airplane hangar that once housed the Enola Gay, which dropped the atomic bomb at Hiroshima exactly 50 years earlier on August 6th, 1945. Interestingly, the crowd was not scripted to start cheering. Bill Pullman's delivery of the speech was so good that they just started applauding and cheering on their own, and the filmmakers kept it in the movie.
Of course, because it's the speech.
Yeah. Well, it's the fact that they were filming in front of the hangar that housed the ship, that the plane, that dropped the nuke on Hiroshima 50 years to the day. Like, wow.
Okay, important question. Very important question.
Yes.
Better character. This President or Lord Snow?
Ooh. Ooh. That's tough. I might lead towards the president.
Me too.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there thinking, it's like, yeah, Lone Star's got some good one-liners, but I mean, just the range of the president, it's just a better character.
I think I agree.
Yeah. Hiller and Levinson reach the mothership and plant the virus. President Whitmore leads the American jet fighters against the alien destroyer approaching Area 51. Although the aliens now lack shields, the squadron's supply of missiles is quickly exhausted against the colossal craft and its large complement of assault ships. The underside of the alien craft opens up as its directed energy weapon prepares to fire on the base. The president fires a missile at the cannon, but it connects and explodes with a protective hatch. Just as the squadron is informed that all their missiles have been fired, Russell Case radios in saying he has one final rocket. As he launches it, his firing mechanism jams. He decides to pilot his aircraft into the alien weapon in a kamikaze attack. The explosion causes a chain reaction which annihilates the ship. Human-resistant forces around the world use the same weak point to destroy the remainder of the alien ships. Now, this was a kick-ass scene.
What is the line? Say the line.
I'm back!
Yeah.
Fuck. No, this was just great. Like, you get as a sober Russell Case, you're like, okay, no hesitation at all to go and be the one. I'm gonna do this because he had the axe to grind with the aliens and stuff like that. I thought it was badass, and then the scene where Major Mitchell says to his kids, like, you should be proud of your father, and he's like, I am. Considering throughout the whole movie, he was like, called him Russell, never called him Dad or anything like that. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, this movie is all the payoffs in this movie is just. I understand why it's highly regarded in this genre.
And one of the best of the genre.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, hands down. Like, this was the beginning of that 90s awesomeness of big budget films. I can't wait till we do more of them. Spoilers for the other show, folks. While on the mothership, Hiller is unable to disconnect from a docking clamp. Knowing they need to still fire the nuke, the two smoke cigars and thank each other for their efforts. They launch the nuke, which penetrates a nearby control center. Hiller's ship is suddenly free, and he furiously pilots it towards the portal they entered, narrowly escaping when the doors close. The bomb explodes, instantly destroying the mothership. Hiller and Levinson are caught up in the shockwave and debris of the mothership's explosion, but are able to return to Earth unharmed, crash landing the alien fighter in the desert close to Area 51. When they emerge from the smoke and dust to join the waiting friends, they both smoking cigars. The film ends as everyone watches debris from the mothership enter the atmosphere like shooting stars. Now that shot of Goldblum and Smith walking from the craft was just so badass. I don't know why, but when they look at each other, I was half expecting them to do that, the freaking high five.
Yeah, they should have done that.
It would have fit perfectly, but yeah, it was such badass.
I mean, and what is Will saying to the son? He said, "See, I told you I would show you some fireworks."
Right? Yeah, it's like the ultimate fireworks, right? That's all. Yeah, no, this movie is just I can't say anything more about it. Like I said, this is instantly one of them I'm gonna watch this probably more often because the thing is though, it's 2.5 hours long and it doesn't feel like it.
Nope, this goes by so fast, and Boomer survives. The dog.
That's true. Good old Boomer. I almost lost it when I heard the dog's name was Boomer because of it. My grandma had a dog named Boomer that I was very attached to when I was a child, so that kind of got me. But no, yeah. So you have any final thoughts on the movie then? Like,
it is a big bowl of popcorn fucking fun.
Yeah.
I love this movie for all its cheesiness, for all its America, for all of Will Smith's lines. This is what a blockbuster is.
Exactly. It's forgive me for comparing it to this because they're clearly different movies, but it's like Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park hit, and a lot of people tried to replicate it. That's when you got things like Congo, and you got like Anaconda and stuff like that. Not all of them work. Independence Day is the same thing, where like this is the one that kind of like this is the one that made this a genre, and then there's a lot of movies afterwards that try to replicate it that unfortunately some didn't work. Some are so bad good, like Con Air. I love Con Air, but oh my god.
And some had a lot of fish.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I mean that's what I love. So yeah, this movie again, I can't say anything better either. I want to watch it again. I don't know. I might watch the second one tonight. I don't know. I'm kind of.
If you do, you have to let me know what you think.
Oh, of course.
I'm curious.
Yeah. So, should we announce what we're doing next week?
Yeah, after you, my man.
Well, so we are going to be doing, of course, we have to, Independence Day Resurgence, because I've never seen it. Ben's going to take the sacrifice to watch it again. But I'm not going to lie, watching the first one last night made me curious about it.
Yeah. Okay. It is worth one. Yeah.
And then, after that, we figure for the rest of the summer, we're going to do every week, we're going to do one action-packed 90s blockbuster movie a week. It's going to be nuts.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
We're not going to be doing that one because that's from the 80s.
89.
That's true, but I was thinking more like movies like
this. I know. The line was right there. I had to say that fucking line.
I admit. I did set you up pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Where can everybody find you?
You can find me at my Twitter. On my YouTube channel, every Monday on Dissecting the Sport Out, every Wednesday on Jedi Academy, every Friday on the Weekly Kingdom, every Sunday on Kingdom Uncut. You can find me right here on Rewind That Tape every Thursday on Saturday mornings on the Northern Countdown. Did I forget anything?
Nope.
I think I did.
No, I'm pretty sure that's all of it. As for myself, you can find me on my personal Instagram and Twitter at soda_the_saxman, and then you can find me on two of the shows that Ben mentioned here, of course. this one and the Northern Countdown. You can also find me over Wednesday nights on the Squared Slice with my buddy Dustin, where we talk about, just whatever we want to about wrestling. We do sometimes tier ranking lists. We do our own top 10 list based on the top 10 show, where we each come with a top 10 list of a topic and then we merge at the end. It's actually a lot of fun to do. And then, of course, Saturday afternoons, you can find me over on the Let's Get Ready Network over doing the Dropkicks, their wrestling show over there, which this week is actually going to happen on Sunday because Dagan is going to be away Friday, Saturday, and which means because it's on Sunday, we can actually talk Money in the Bank, which is Saturday night. So I'm looking forward to that. And all right, so on behalf of everybody here at the Northern, Money in the Bank is a pay-per-view, Ben. Okay. You looked a little confused.
Okay, whatever.
Anyways, on behalf of myself, Ben, and everybody here at the Northern Entertainment Group, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and let us know what you guys think of Independence Day, or ID4 as it's shortened for whatever reason. And we will see you next week as we rewind the tape on Independence Day Resurgence, also known as Dennis Zen's worst birthday ever. Have a good evening.
Welcome to Earth, bitch.